Good morning. So far, the last class, what we have seen is Sabrina. So we have seen about an organization. Okay. So today we are going to, define an organization structure. Okay. So when we are defining an organizational structure, okay, it is a framework within which an organization arranges its lines of authorities and communications and allocates rights and duties. Okay. So when you are defining organization structure, actually it is the framework, see over here, that allots a particular space for a particular department or an individual and shows its relationship to the other. Okay. So an organizational structure which shows the authority and responsibility relationship between the various positions in the organization by showing who reports to whom. So it is an established pattern of relationship among the components of the organization. Okay, so we'll be seeing about an principles of organization or structures. So we'll have a line and staff relationship, departmentalization, span of control, decentralization, and centralization. So before that, let me discuss about what about formal and informal organization. So actually, what is formal organization? The formal organization refers to the structure of jobs and positions with a clearly defined functions and relationships as prescribed by the top management. So this type of organization is built up by the management to realize objectives of an enterprise and is bound by the rules, systems, and procedures. So everybody is assigned a certain responsibility for the performance of the given task and the given required amount of authority for carrying it out. Okay, so formal structure is defined as the relationship among organizational resources as outlined by the management. So when we are defining about for an informal organization, actually the informal organization refers to the relationship between the people in the organization based on personal attitudes, emotions, prejudices, likes, dislikes, etc. An informal organization is an organization which is not established by any formal authority but arises from the personal and social relations of the people. So these relations are not developed according to the procedures and regulations laid down on the formal organization structure. Okay, so informal structure is defined as the patterns of relationships that develop because of the informal activities of an organization members. So this is the comparison between the formal and informal organization. So when you are saying about an formal and informal organization, so basis of comparison, so on the basis of formation, we have planned and deliberate. So it is to be a spontaneous one. So where the purpose will have a well set goals. So there will have a social interactions. So structure will have a well structured one. So that is to be the unstructured one. So whereas the nature will have a official and unofficial. Whereas in the focus, we'll have a position and a person. Leadership, they have a superior and anyone. So source of power, we'll have a delegated and given by group. Where guidelines for behavior, we have to use the rules and procedures. Where the group norms will be used in the case of an informal organization. Where sources of control will have a reward or punishment and the sanctions. Okay. The next thing we have to see about an departmentation. So formal and informal, that is the main thing. It recognizes certain tasks which are to be carried out to achieve its goals. Does not have any well-defined task. Okay. So the next thing we have to concentrate on about an departmentation by different strategies. Okay. So well, first of all, we have to know what is departmentation. So departmentation refers to the process of grouping activities into departments. So departmentation is the process of grouping of work activities into departments, divisions, and other homogeneous units. So the types, what we can say it of a beat, department by function, department by geography, department by customer group, department by product, or department by process. Okay. So the key factors in departmentation, it should facilitate the control, it should ensure proper coordination, it should take into consideration the benefits of specialization, It should not result in excess cost. It should give due consideration of human aspects. So function or divisional structure. So a division, which is the collection of functions working together to produce the product. So we'll have a CEO. So we'll have a production department, personnel department, finance department, and marketing department. So a division is the collection of functions working together in order to produce the product. So we'll have a product structure. So this division created according to the type of product or service, whereas geographic structure, divisions based on the area of a country or world served, whereas market structure, divisions based on the types of customers served. Okay. So this is about the functional organization. So actually, for example, we'll have a president. So in that we'll have a marketing department, production department, finance department. So among with the president, we'll have a vice president. So then we'll have a, in the marketing, we'll have an advertising manager, sales manager, and then market research manager. Whereas here, we'll be having about an engineering manager, manufacturing manager, quality control manager. For finance, we'll have a accounting manager and credit manager. Okay. So this is about an product organization. For example, if you have an XYZ corporation, so we'll have a chemical, oil and gas, automotive, aerospace, and industrial and technology. So this is the product structure from which we'll have a CEO corporations, corporate managers. So we'll have a washing machine division, lighting division, television division. So everything that will be carrying over. So this is by means of an functional thing. The next thing we have to see about an geographic departmentation. So geographic departmentation is the process of grouping activities on the basis of territory. So if an organization is geographically dispersed, it can group jobs based on geography. For example, the organization structure of Coca-Cola Limited has reflected the company's operations in various geographic areas such as Central North American Group, Western North American Group, Eastern North American Group, and the European Group. So geographical organization is units by geography. So when you're saying advantages, it helps to cater the needs of local people more satisfactorily. It facilitates effective control. It asserts in development of all-round managerial skills. Whereas the disadvantages, so it a communication problem between head office and the regional office due to lack of means of communication at the communications of location. So distance between policy framers and executors. So coordination between various divisions and may become difficult. Having multiple locations can be a costly one. So this is to be the geographical structure. So we'll have a CEO corporations, corporate managers. So depends upon northern region, western region, southern region, and eastern region. So next one we'll have about an customer organization. So when you are saying about an customer departmentization, it is the process of grouping activities on the basis of common customers or types of customers. The jobs may be grouped according to the type of customer served by the organization. So the assumption is that the customers in each department have a common set of problems and the needs that can best be met by specialists. So UCO is the one of the largest commercial banks of India, which is an example of company that uses customer departmentation. Its structure is based on various services, which includes home loan, business loan, vehicle loans, and education loans. So the categorization of organizational units by customers served allows the employees to identify with a particular customer type with possible duplications of facilities and equipment. The next one, advantages and disadvantages is reduced. Okay. So for example, so market structure will have a CEO for Johnson and Johnson, customer group, professional group, pharmaceutical group, industrial group. So CEO, large business, small business, educational, individuals, and customers. The next organization is to be as a hybrid organization. So when you are saying about a hybrid organization, so an organizational structure that uses multiples of departmentization with the organization. Okay. So a small organization may not have organization at first. As it grows, it may organize first one on basis, then another, and then another over. Okay. Hybrid organizations share the same advantages and disadvantages as organization types being used within it. So this is the way to differentiate the different types of departmentation So which is formed in the case of overall it. So for each and everything, when you are making over on it, so departmentation which takes place in various patterns like functions, products, customers, geographic location, process, and its combination. So whereas advantages, it gives better customer price, makes control effective, and then we'll have ultimate supplies of money, specific group of customers. So we'll have effective control. So these are all the major advantages which is behind over here on its control. Okay. So span of control, it is the repeated term of one, which means the number of subordinates that can be managed efficiently and effectively by a superior in an organization. It is designed between the superior and the subordinate in an organization. Okay. So the remaining thing that we can see in the next class. So thank you.